Welcome back. Because of our electoral college system, our elections are really determined by 7 key swing states that will tilt the power towards whomever will go on to occupy the White House. Nevada is one of those states. With a record amount of transplants and a surging Latino population that is up for grabs, both President Trump and Vice President Harris have taken multiple visits to the state. No Republican has won Nevada since 2004, but Trump very well might, remaining in a deadlock with Harris tied at 49% each, according to 538. Now is more important than ever that we make sure our elections are secured and transparent, to make sure that this election is in the sun and to reassure the American people that our elections truly are fair and free, that corruption is not rampant, especially in these crucial states. But Nevada doesn't seem to have any interest in that. In 2015, the Nevada legislature gave themselves legislative immunity, shielding their calendars, communications, and emails from public record requests. Unbelievable. Now in 2024, with several members under ethics investigations, why are Democrats in the Silver State holding up reform? Joining us now is Megan Barth, senior editor of the Nevada Globe. Megan, I am shocked to hear that such a legislation exists, but maybe I shouldn't be.
No, you shouldn't be. And when that was passed, the press just kind of shuddered. And that's exactly what has happened now. We've had an increase in ethics complaints because we cannot get any information. We've had an increase in ethics, and I wouldn't even say ethics investigation. What we've had really is an increase in unethical behavior by many legislative Democrats, causing 3 of them not to run re-election campaigns. And even one is under investigation by the bar after I wrote a report that she, the legislator, as a lawyer, was working 2 sides of the coin, meaning she was taking donations from the companies she was suing on behalf of her clients. So there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of questions surrounding many of the unethical behaviors, such related to $110 million in a Christmas tree bill that Democrats handed out like Christmas presents to their friends at nonprofits. Some of the Democrat legislators worked at those nonprofits. They got millions of dollars. The Culinary Union itself got $25 million for some unidentified capital expense project. And the Culinary Union ballot harvests, knock doors, and cures ballots for the Democrats exclusively. So until the law is changed, and with a Democratic majority right now, that's not likely, but until that law is changed, Nevada legislators will continue to operate in the dark.
Megan, the Nevada governor is a Republican. Can he use his executive authority to bypass any of this or mediate some of this? Is there any executive authority here?
Well, he can push, I think, for stronger transparency. We have a legislative counsel bureau that's supposed to oversee some of these ethical questions and complaints, but they're basically neutered. They seem to be more politically driven.
Yeah.
And so it would perhaps take more pressure from the governor in order to increase transparency. There is a law on the legislative docket, which will be heard next year, February, demanding more transparency. That law was submitted by a Republican legislator. However, it may fail in the Assembly and Senate. We'll just have to wait and see what this election turns out in November.
What's so important about your story and what you're tracking down is that this is not just an isolated example of corruption in one state. I mean, if it's happening in a state like Nevada, you can bet it's happening. This kind of corruption is happening everywhere. It's human nature to get into positions of power and start corrupting it. So it's really important that you expose these kinds of stories because it exposes the pattern. It exposes for the rest of the states how their lawmakers may be abusing these resources. So great story. Megan Barth, thank you so much for the time. Looking forward to tracking the developments out of there. Coming up, our viewers peer into their crystal balls and share what their future holds. It's time now for Mark My Words.